Hey, Vito La Fata here with Fitness Profit Systems in the Fitnesspreneur's life. Do you ever wonder what you should say in your marketing? What should go into your flyers? What should go into your emails? What goes into sales copy, landing pages, brochures, all the things that you're like, how do I communicate to my clients or prospects what this program can really do for them? Beyond the little features of stuff, beyond it comes with meal plans, beyond it comes with training and 2 to 3 times a week, and it comes with a meal plan, all the stuff that really doesn't matter. How do you know what to actually say to your clients that gets them to make the decision to buy? We're going to talk about that today, because you only need about 4 steps to create what I call bridge marketing. If you remember in past episodes, we talked about marketing is really the ability to take somebody from an unhappy state, what we call kind of like that before state. Remember, I drew it out for you guys where I was just like, think about all marketing as person is over here unhappy, and they want to be over here extremely happy. And this little bridge right here from where they are to where they want to be, that's what marketing is really all about. Now, how do you break that down into some easy steps? Number 1, step 1, what you have to do is determine the outcomes that you want. Determine what you want for your business. Oftentimes I hear of business owners, studio owners, trainers, just like trying to throw things out there and not really being strategic about what they actually want out of whatever piece of marketing they're creating. Because it could be from a flyer, to an email, to a program, to a script. They don't think about what goes into it. They're just hoping it works. And we don't want that hope marketing anymore. Instead, I want you to think about, well, what could be some of the outcomes that you want from your marketing? You know, it could be to make more money. That's an obvious one. But not every part of your marketing has to be about making money. Some of it could just be about generating more leads. That's a different marketing process, creating more leads, than making more money. This is kind of an acquisition process. This is a monetization process. Maybe you just want to get more calls in and you want your phone ringing more. Whatever it is, get your outcomes down so that you can already be thinking about, well, hey, I might not need to do my entire sales process in this piece of marketing, in this email or this flyer, Facebook post, whatever it is. You just might be like, I'm trying to move it forward. I'm trying to create one step in this bridge so that I can get this outcome. I can get them to just simply make the phone ring. Cool. I can get them to say, yes, I want to buy with you. I can get them to say, hey, I'd like to get more information and be educated on that and get more leads. Figure out what the outcome that you want is for your business. This way you're going to start taking good control of what you want happening with your planning. Okay, step 2 from there is identify the outcomes that you want for your prospect or your customer. This is really where we look at this bridge marketing, is how do I understand what they want? How do I know what makes them unhappy and how they're feeling to what's going to make them happy and what they're feeling? When you can articulate this, your business wins. When you can't, your business suffers. And technically, you know, being a little hard-edged about this, when you're not good at the marketing and articulation of this, and you don't want to get good at it, you shouldn't be in business. You should go back to staying as the technician. But if you want to get good, it doesn't mean you might be good at it now. None of us were born with the ability to go market and create and articulate copy and all these things. It's something we decided to make a craft and get better at. That's back to that difference between, do I want to be the business owner, an entrepreneur that uses fitness as my vehicle to go create that impact, or do I want to be the trainer and I'd rather be on the floor doing the work than out there marketing the business of it? So when we look at that, I want to give you a grid that you can use to help you figure this out and go look at how do I articulate this, because the difference here between the unhappy state to the happy state, that's the value. That's the value you create. You hear everybody saying, hey, go add value to the marketplace. Go create impact. Go create significance. Well, that significance needs to be quantifiable. That change, that value needs to be measurable, tangible, not pie in the sky like I'm trying to create this ethereal feeling of all mankind lifting up. we can't articulate that into a business that makes somebody actually not just be motivated, but be activated to take action. So in creating that value, this is where the money is. This is what allows you to decide how much you're going to be able to charge. Because little value, little charge. High value, high charge. Everyone's always asking, how much do I charge? I'm like, well, how much value do you place? And how much value can you articulate to your customer to make them feel that they're going to be going from where they're not happy to where they're happy? Now, yes, there are more logistics into how do you price things logistically from profit margin and things like that. I'm going to cover that in the next couple episodes or so. But right now, let's work the grid and figure out how you can go in there, because in the grid, you always have that before and after state. So there'll be a handout with this lesson that you can use, make it super easy. This way you can kind of follow along the examples I'm going to give you and how we work through this. You'll be able to just simply map it out on your own, and you'll have that PDF to work all the time with. Anytime you're going to go roll out something new, anytime you're going to think about a new client, a new niche, a new tribe, new market, new service, new program, doesn't matter. You're going to whip that sucker out and you're going to work through it. Cool? There's 4 things that everyone thinks about in the before and after state. What do I have, feel, what's my average day like, and what's my status? Now, what do I have? Let's take an example of, let's use an example of athletic training program, or what, I would definitely give it a much better name than that. Let's go with like a varsity bound athletics. We already can connotate who that's for, right? Varsity bound. It's for the athlete that's been riding the bench, but wants to be on the varsity team, wants to be in the starting 5. So we've created better than a 6-week athletic performance training program. Boo. No result, no transformation in the title, no already hinting at the value that you're going to create. The value being get off the bench and get in the game. Think about that when you're starting to think about your titles and stuff like that. But what could the person have is, okay, in the before state, the athlete that wants to be on the starting 5, they might have in their before state where, butts on bench. Butts on bench. That's what he has right now. His ass is on the bench. Now, what most fit pros and studio owners think about when they go to market athletic training programs, they think, what he has before. Not that you can't use this stuff, but remembering that marketing is more emotional based than logical based. If you were to just be like, he has lack of conditioning, lack of speed, lack of strength. Yes, all those are important, and that's something you can work into your message, but that's not what activates a person. What I have is my butt on the bench. If you're the athlete with your butt on your bench and somebody said to you, man, you just have a lack of speed, conditioning, and strength, or, hey, you want to get your ass off that bench and in the game? What strikes a chord more with you? Remember, we always talk about marketing is about coming from the eyes of the person that we're talking to in their life. He's not happy with his butt on the bench. Where does he want to be? He wants to be in the starting 5. Starting 5, starting squad, whatever, starting lineup, who cares? That's what he wants to have after. That's what's going to make him happy, being in the starting lineup. Cool. How does he feel? How does he feel? Remembering, emotional-based marketing strikes the chord inside of us. So how does he feel? He feels like he's weak and embarrassed. He's weak and embarrassed. Now, again, if you kind of can't see this, awesome, because my handwriting sucks. I'll have it in the handout as an example for you. But he feels weak and embarrassed. Nobody wants to feel weak and embarrassed. That's unhappy. What does he want to feel? Is he wants to feel confident and dependent, or dependent on. He wants to feel confident and dependent on the team. He's that person that you can depend on the team. He's confident in his skills on the floor. So we put that into that kind of terminology. Now, what is his average day like? What's his average day like? Because everybody in this unhappy to happy state wants to see, hey man, if my every day could start feeling better than this, I'm gonna feel like life's kind of a little bit cooler, progressing, awesome, whatever it is. But in his average day, every time it's game time, every time the weekend rolls around and it's game time and he's always the guy sitting on the end of the bench, he feels just like, you know what? Game time sucks. Game time sucks. I hate looking to the weekends. Because where for the athletes playing the game, they feel like it's the best time of the week. And that's what he wants to feel. He wants to feel like game time is the best time. That's the time he gets to prove his prowess. That's the time he gets to show his stuff. That's the time he gets to go out there and put on a show. And anyone that's played sports knows that, like, when you're in the game, that's what you want. You don't want to be dreading like another game's coming up. Maybe this week I'll get to play a couple seconds. That's the average day. If we can say, going from your weekend sucking and game time sucking to it's the best time and you anticipate and look forward to that weekend, we're changing the average day that the person goes through. Does that make sense? That's what you want to think about when you're starting to be like, hey, what is this? You can have the mom, or you know what? It's like the girl that wants to not feel anymore like she dreads the weekends because she doesn't feel confident and sexy about her body, and every time her friends are going out on the weekends, Friday night sucks to her. But if you can give her that sexy, confident body that builds her confidence, she's going to feel Friday night, I am just waiting for the phone to ring and the text message to show up to say where we're meeting, because I look forward to it. I feel good about my body now. More we can articulate how that average day, and we can talk about and express those words in those kind of words. The way a person says things, the way a person thinks these things through, better than trying to be all professional sounding like you will now have dropped and X amount of inches. You will have done this. Your waistline will feel this way. You will feel strong again. People want to hear this stuff in the ways that they speak, the ways that they feel, the ways that they think. Cool? Status. This is the most powerful piece of marketing, when you can help a person feel like their status elevated. So like, I'll give an example. So here we are with this athlete that wants to be varsity bound. Right now his status, he feels left out. He feels left out of the game. He feels left out of life. He feels just like, man, everyone else is having a good time and I'm that dude riding the bench. I'm just left out all the time. Whereas if he can go and be like, you know what? My status now is I get the ball. I get the ball. I'm that go-to player. I went from being the player left out to the player that is the go-to guy. When the shot is on the line, when the game is on the line, when the buzzer's close, play comes to me. Now, making your prospect feel that their status elevated, that's when you create raving fans in your business. This is effective. What they have, it's effective in your marketing. It's powerful. Feeling is the most powerful in the marketing. Average day, though, this is when you're starting to create the most effective, most powerful one is right in there. But yet status is what makes your business win. When you put a combination of all these things together, you're creating the most value, and you're getting good at articulating what your program can do for people beyond just features. This is bridge marketing. This is how you can sit down and start to intelligently map out exactly what you want to say, how you want to talk, what you want to put in all your marketing to go out there and help people actually start to take actions on your programs. And you're going to be surrounded by the people that you want to be working with. That's where I want you to see you taking your marketing and creating that, because eventually as you get this kind of thing down, you can then start to create that stacking revenue model where you just create a business that you're like, you know what? I may have moved them from unhappy to happy in phase one. I didn't solve all their problems yet. But once I got them to solve one problem, like, you know what? I got him in the game. I got him in the varsity bound. He's now in the starting five. Cool, I solved that one problem. He had his ass on the bench. He wanted to be in the game. We got him in the game. Now he's playing consistently. He's part of that. He's feeling better about himself. He's the go-to guy. But you know what? He's getting ready to go to college. And he wants that scholarship. So open up problem number 2 is also like, now he wants the scholarship bound program. Now it's a whole different level of training. It's a whole different of knowledge, whole different level of education, whole different level of feeling. That includes feeling like proud mom and dad, being able to save finances because now he's getting college paid for because of scholarship, but a different level of training. That allows us to create a new program and start bridge marketing into a new program, which means when I brought him in here, we grew our business by bringing in a new client, helping us solve that problem. But versus I've got to now find only new clients for this, I can take my existing clients and move them into a new program that keeps lifting their ambitions. Now I got them into stacking revenue. That's how you keep funneling people up. Well, shoot, we got him scholarship bound. We got him into a scholarship program. But now he's got those dreams of playing pro. Maybe there's, sorry, my marker's run out, the pro bound program. Then you move them up into this new program up here, pro bound. Now do you see how this stacking revenue, problem, solution, you just keep moving them up. That stacking revenue is how you build your 6- and 7-figure plus empires. That's how you keep elevating people's ambitions and aspirations. That's how you keep delivering max value. That's how you keep making people go from unhappy to happy. And you can build an entire suite of products. Then all it comes down to is, do I feed new leads into the front of my funnel and then keep moving them up? That's stuff that we'll talk about in another video when we look at some a little bit more. We'll walk through that little stack revenue model a little bit deeper, but that's the gist of it. Wanted to tease you with a little something there. So your implementation exercise of the day is take the handout. Take the bridge marketing handout and go take that for your tribe. And just think about maybe just their first problem and one of the first feeder programs that you want to put them into and work them through the half, feel, average day status model. Think about how you're going to make them go from happy to happy and build some value into your marketing and start deciding, where am I taking them and what would I charge for where I'm taking them? So that you can start thinking about how much you're going to start charging for the programs that you're starting to get ready to build. And you've got a business model that's taking you from just trainer technician to living that fitnesspreneur's life. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next. Post that that implementation exercise down below. I look forward to seeing your stuff. It's time for you to start launching your business, your income, and your lifestyle. This is Vito with Fitness Profit Systems and the Fitnesspreneur's Life. I'll see you in the next episode.